We expected a reaction, we got one, a heavy police presence on the streets, but to what degree does the approach to the protests reflect the approach to COVID as a whole? There's a heavy hand when it comes to addressing the symptoms, but what about the underlying cause? Has anything really changed?
Well, we have seen a bit of a pullback when it comes to how COVID-0 is being prosecuted. I'll give you an example. Testing, the way that local authorities here in Beijing, at least, got people to go out and get tested every couple of days was on this health kit that everybody here in the city has. They would put up a pop-up window that essentially stopped people from being able to get into any public venues, stopped them from being able to get a COVID test even, if they didn't get tested every 3 days or so. That pop-up window is gone. They are no longer doing that. And so they are, on some fronts, relaxing and testing, for example, but on other fronts, as you mentioned, heavy police presence, lots of cops on the street, discouraging people from going out to protest. There are reports even that the police were checking people's phones who showed up, looking for Telegram and other apps used to communicate during some of these protests. And so I think it is a carrot and stick approach at the moment.
What's the sentiment on the ground? Because we're talking about frustration and anger. Is that brewing still below all that heavy police presence? Is this a more network organized protests, or will this just fade?
I think the protests will probably wane a bit in the coming days for a number of reasons, with the cops, the pullback in how the COVID policies are being executed. Also, the weather here in Beijing is very cold now. It's well below zero at night. In Shanghai last evening, there was a lot of rain, and so that's playing into it as well. Also, you're probably more likely to see people out on the streets over the weekend than you are during a weekday. That being said, I don't think the underlying frustration about COVID-0 has changed. The economic impact, the impact on businesses, on people's jobs, on the people's ability to earn an income, that has not changed, and that will continue. So on the margins, I think the authorities are trying to tweak and adjust to make it less abusive and abrasive. Whether that results in the protesters all going home, I think we have to wait and see.